So, having played a couple of games of Darktide miniature game, I felt that the flat board was lacking a little bit. So, first of all, you've got the red hexes, which are heavy terrain you can't see through, and then the yellow half hexes, which is a light terrain that you can clamber over. Now, to begin with, I played by putting chunky barrels or crates on the red hexes, which I quite liked, and the barricades are quite easy to sort with some Necromunda style barricades, or even Killteam barricades. They work quite well and add a bit of flavour to things, but I wasn't convinced by the heavy terrain. I had the idea of stacking things on top of each other to give a slightly more chunkier feel to the heavy terrain, but then I decided I'd better make something. But being that it's the Darktide miniature game, it's not worth making too much for it because there's not much scope to carry on playing. So the way I've made these is really quite simple. It's Jenga blocks. So what I've done is I've glued two Jenga blocks together, and then once that's dry, put some different shapes of paper to cover the lines and the writing, and then some of this like paper straw, paper clips, bits of grill, bits of wood, little bits of that was from a plastic fence, and just repeated across all of them. These ones exactly the same, except they were wooden blocks. Well, it was one wooden block that I cut in half. Turns out it's pretty much the same height, so that's good. Again, looks a little bit haphazard when you stick everything together, but after you paint up, they're going to look really good. This bit of plastic here was my sort of original thought of what I wanted, but I just didn't want to pay out for everything. So yeah, just kind of replicated that sort of look another 7 times. So I've now glued all of these to this bit of board and just going to spray them, and a very quick and easy paint job that I think is going to follow my Necromunda themes, and then they can just be used as barricades in Necromunda as well. So now everything's done, sprayed black, some Sanju dust, some red ochre, a few accent colours, a bit of rust. Yeah, this is my sort of signature Necromunda colour scheme, and yeah, it looks really good. So now it's just to see what it looks like on the board. So here are the square Jenga blocks in situ. I think that looks pretty convincing for a one-off miniatures game, and then of course I can use these in other scenarios as well. You can still see the red hexes underneath, and I was thinking that maybe to show when you go through different rooms within the adventure, maybe the squares and the circles can be interchanged, or perhaps they just randomly go wherever they go. Provides enough cover and looks convincing. So what I need to do now is paint up the rest of my characters so I can play it properly without using these proxies. Okay, try and get something else done soon.